Hi everyone, Dr. Crehay here. So another lecture on Chapter 2. This time in Chapter 2, we're discussing trusting authorities on the subject. So someone with the title doctor claims to have some kind of cure for some illness that you have. Should you trust them? What about your medical doctor that you go to? What about your PhD doctor that's teaching this course? Should you believe me and what I'm telling you? What about celebrities? Should you believe them? Politicians? What kinds of things should you take into account when considering if you should trust an authority? So we have a tendency to automatically trust authorities on a subject, right? So Dr. So-and-so comes out and says something, or a celebrity comes out and says something. We tend to believe them and take them for their word there. One question to always ask yourself, though, is how did this authority come about their ideas? Are they basing it on research? Are they better qualified to interpret that research than you are? So, for example, are they a PhD in research or statistics? If so, okay, believe them. That's fine. You can probably trust most of those authorities most of the time. What if it is an actress, for example? Is she reading the research or he? Are they reading the research or are they basing it on intuition? Maybe they're basing it on personal experience. So you have to figure out where their ideas are coming from, what evidence do they have to support their claims. And so here we have a nice little graph. It says this, I believe, based on experience to the top left there, based on authority to the right, or you can go down below based on research. So we can see based on experience, there's no comparison group and it has confounds just like we talked about. Based on intuition, thinking the easy way, thinking what we want, so we talked about those flaws. Based on authority, again, where is this person coming up with these ideas? It could be based on their own research, in which case, okay, most of the time you can believe them. It could be based on their personal experience. Just like individual experience, this authority's personal experience is flawed. It could be the author's or the authority's intuition. So maybe they just have a feeling, it makes sense to them. Again, intuition is flawed. So really we have to conclude the best way to make decisions, to think about things, is based on research. Scientific sources, so journal articles, chapters in books, full-length books, those kinds of things. Again, they're going through a process. Don't just look at one scientific source, look at several. Do they agree with each other? Are they telling the same story? In which case, okay, you can believe that pretty firmly. There are other sources, so sometimes journalists will write up studies, psychologists are interpreting them for lay people, those kinds of things. We have trade books, magazines, Wikipedias, those kinds of things. When you're looking at those, just remember, look for references. Are they quoting the original source? Look for the research. What's going on? How was the study conducted? How did they operationalize variables? How did they collect data? What was their data? And then also Wikipedias. And so again, you have to think critically here. Evaluate where the information is coming from and maybe why these people are telling you the story that they're telling you.